Now, when Amy and Angie were together, it was trouble. It was absolute trouble. There was one time when Angie had her driver's license, and it was in those days where you didn't have that waiting period. Like you turned 16 and you got it that day. That was kind of that deal. And we didn't wear seat belts. We had no safety, anything. We just roamed around, and they would just let us ride around all the time. And I'm thinking how dangerous that was, but we did it and we survived. But one day in particular, don't ask me again where the parents were at. Apparently they were working, and Angie had me, Amy, Pam, Kim, in the car. We were all there. We were in this Ford LTD, this giant boat of a car, big red car that if you hit something, you probably would have a building would have collapsed if you would have hit the building. So Angie is driving us. Amy is in the passenger seat. Me and Pam and Kim are in the back seat. Kim is probably 4 years old. No car seat, no seat belt. We're driving in Columbus. I don't know why in the world we were in Columbus. I have no idea, because there was nothing in Columbus at that time to do. So we're driving around these side streets of Columbus, and I hear Amy, and Amy goes, "Hey Angie, see those guys up there? Let's pull over and ask them if they want to ride. And then when you get to them, speed away real quick." And this is what I hear Angie say. "Yeah, let's do it." Now here's the thing. There is a 4, 7, and 12-year-old in the back seat. I don't know where she thinks she's going to put these guys, if they actually get in. And they could have been creeps for I know, but they look like, regular teenage kids about their age. So Angie pulls up next to the guys. Amy rolls down her window. She rolled it down with the actual roller thing. And she goes, "Hey, you guys want to ride?" And so the guy, I'll never forget this, because I'm thinking he's actually going to grab at the door. He grabbed at the door handle. Angie stomps on the gas, and a side street in Columbus, I bet we were going 80. I remember at that age, I turned around and looked at that guy, and he was just kind of like, "What happened?" And so I just always remember that, and I thought, you know what, that's pretty daggone funny. I thought that was probably one of the funniest moments I experienced. That's hilarious. So, but the part about it is, Angie's going so fast. Here we are, no seatbelts. It's kind of like we were in the scrambler in the backseat. Like when you ride the scrambler, you're sliding around. We were like this, crashing each other. And we probably had some whiplash going on because Angie's going 80 miles an hour down a side street in Columbus. So my cousins had a very profound effect on me. We have 2 cousins that live in Illinois. And they, whenever they came, it was a treat. Jason, my cousin Jason, he was a few years older than me, and his sister Stacy is just a few months older than me. So Stacy would play with the girls, and I had a boy to play with, because my older boy cousins, of course, Randy was scaring me to death. They were older, so Jason was closer to my age. So he came to stay, and I loved Jason. He was hilarious. Everything he did made me laugh. Every single thing that he did. So he stayed with us many, many, many times. So whenever Stacy was around, we decided to start picking on her. So what we did is we decided to start calling her a name. And we came up with this name to call her, and it was called Murder Pants. I don't know why, but we called her Murder Pants. So what we wanted to do was every time we wanted Stacy to come around, or we wanted her to chase us, we'd go, "Hey, Murder Pants." And then she would take this actual Busy Bee Fisher-Price. It's the actual one that she tried to kill us with. We'd go, "Hey, Murder Pants." And she'd sling that thing at us. If we would think it was the greatest moment. She tried to hit us. We'd run around that house. And I'm surprised nothing got broken. We would do everything we could to get Murder Pants to chase us. And here she is, little blonde girl, it's like the bad seed, trying to get us. So she would sling at us, and we let it go for a while. We go play, and then everything settled down. She'd go play with the girls. "Hey, Murder Pants." She started chasing us. We had the best time calling her Murder Pants. Now, one time, we go, "Hey, Murder Pants," and we run right smack dab into her mom and Jason's mom, my Aunt Sue. Now, my Aunt Sue she's the cool aunt. She's the youngest one, so she's the cool aunt. But she wasn't very cool about us calling her Murder Pants. So Sue got on to us really bad. She said, "Don't call her Murder Pants anymore." And we're like, "Yes." hey, murder pants, and then we kept on going. So Jason he actually got to spend a couple weeks with us one summer. And during those days, you could cruise the square. You wanted to cruise, that was the cool thing to do, is cruise the square. And some of you that grew up around here knew that cruising the square was like the number one thing to do. Well, Jason wanted to experience that with my sister. So my sister at this time had her driver's license, and we had a 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. And it was 1984. So it was a fairly newer car. And so Amy decided to start cruising the square, so she went with us. Well, she saw some of her friends, and we were parked right directly outside these doors in that middle section. And she made me and Jason get down in the back seat. She made us get down because she didn't want her friends to see us. And so her job was to go to the store because she had to go to the grocery store next door to get something. So Jason and I went with her. So Jason and I were having a good time. We would peep up and we just kind of see what I was doing, if Amy was doing anything funny or, that she wasn't supposed to be doing. And so we noticed this car kept on going around the square. And this car was kind of low down to the ground. It's like its shocks were busted. So we go and we look at the girl who's driving, and the girl is kind of large, if that's the nice word to say. She was kind of large, and the car was down, and Jason thought that is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So, in those days, we weren't politically correct. So he noticed this. He goes, oh my God. He goes, next time that girl comes around, let's moo at her. It was a nice warm evening, and we had the windows rolled down. So I'm thinking, yeah, that'll be hilarious. I'm thinking that's going to be the funniest moment of my life. So we look forward, come around, and we kind of peep up, and we see her, and we go, moo! And we dug back down, and we're laughing hysterically, and we think it is the best moment. And so we're just having so much fun. And then right when we look up, she had made her way back around, and we made direct eye contact with her. And this is what we're like, oh my God, she's going to kill us. Oh my God, where's Amy at? And we were looking for Amy, and we think, oh God. And right when the door opened, we thought it was her, and we screamed in terror. We thought that girl had found us, and it was Amy, luckily. And we're like, get us home, she's going to kill us. Well, needless to say, I'm sure that girl has a totally different story. But we did moo at somebody, and it was actually pretty funny, but we were scared to death. Another time, this time, my mom, who was very demure, she wanted everybody to be respected. We were at the little grocery store, little candy store on Market Street, and we wanted to go there because they always had good candy. And so we pull in there, and there's a gentleman that lived around here who had a rather large nose. And he was just a regular guy in Hope, and, I would say the way his nose would look was kind of a honker. That's what you would call it in those days. And most people probably would have a nose job because, it was a rather large nose, and Jason had never seen him before. And my mom, he goes, oh my God, Joel, look at that. And my mom's like, shut up. Because, we have to live here. And so he does this as we're backing out of the driveway and going down Seminary Street. He goes, ha, cha-cha-cha-cha, just like Jimmy Durante. And the guy did kind of look like Jimmy Durante. My mom had to stop the car, and I don't know if my mom has ever laughed so hard in her life to where we couldn't get home because my mom got so tickled at him because she had never put those images together. And I don't think every time she saw that guy, she would start laughing because all she could think was, ha, cha-cha-cha. So Jason had a profound effect on my comedic timing.